Welcome to the channel, I'm Dave, and this is Road Garage. So, it's a day after Christmas. We thought we'd get you another video out as an update. Hope you had a good Christmas out there. I sure did. It was awesome and fun to hang out with family. So I wanted to, with this video, give you an update of what is going on. What's going on with some of the other cars. Give you a whole list of kind of the rundown of what I have found so far with this new Mclaren project. We have officially named the 720S Hot Mess. So, cause she's got a lot of stuff. She actually looks pretty good, but every time I'm getting into some stuff, I'm finding. First, we've got the Corvette. It's been a little bit since we did a video with the Corvette, but the Corvette, I do have the correct head gaskets now, and I just need to put the right head gaskets in it, and we are good to go and up and running again. For the Lambo, we had the last video was I had just done that fast lane drive event, and when I got back, we had some problems with it. So what I found out is that the cam phasers had moved on the cams. So the engine was out of time. It just kind of barely limped home. I was worried that the valves were bent, so I pulled the engine, I pulled the whole thing out. I did do a compression test on it, and it was low everywhere. So I was concerned that the valves were bent. So I pulled the motor, I pulled the heads off, and I took it to the machine shop, at least the cylinder heads. No valves were bent. I'm super excited about that because the valves were like 50 bucks a piece. It was gonna be like 2,000 bucks to do like all the valves, just for the valves. So no valves were bent, so I am putting it all back together. So we've got the engine for the Lambo. Right here you can see I've got cylinder heads back on, cams back in on this side, exhaust back in, intakes back together. So it is getting close. Matter of fact, I got a head to go get a couple of parts, so we're gonna take the Mclaren over to get a couple of things. I need some new spark plugs and some silicone. Okay, so while we're driving, this is my list. So we've got 18 things so far. And out of that list, there is a whole bunch of it that is cosmetic. This thing in the accident was hit in the driver's side front corner. So it took out the lower control arm and the front bumper right there, and like the headlight and all of that, from what I could. One of the bigger things that I found out, and part of why I got to be a little bit careful driving it or letting it sit at all, is the Mclaren battery is pretty toast. Like, it will not hold a charge. If I leave it off of the charger for one day, by the end of the day, it's stone cold dead. So I've been just keeping it on the charger. So for any of you guys out there that know, the Mclaren batteries are stupid expensive, and you're only able to use a Mclaren battery. And mechanically, we gotta see what all we find out when I get it over to get it out of limp mode. I'm hoping that it's just getting it out of limp mode, and it's because the battery has been low a bunch of times. One of the really cool things about this car is it has a full exhaust system and intake. So the intakes are just different air filters. I guess this setup, supposedly guys are getting 900 to 1,000 horse out of it. I'll probably turn it up a little bit, but nothing crazy. We need to go get some fuel first. '91. Only the best for this hot mess. A little bit of turbo. Okay, so I was gonna go through, kind of show you some of the stuff. We've got this trim right here that goes underneath the exhaust. So far, the cheapest one I've been able to find, 1,500 bucks for the little piece of trim. You can see this bit right in here on this duct. So it's broken in here. And so far, the cheapest one I've been able to find was a used one that was like $800 or $900. This is some of the misalignment stuff that I was talking about here, where about a 3/4 of an inch off. It's got runs, it's got dirt. Some of it I will be able to just basically buff out and even do like a 1500 grit cut on it. We got some panels like this that's loose. These are loose, so we got to figure out, I'm guessing we probably have some broken tabs. This piece right here has some dents all along in it, and it's misaligned. There's a crease here that's not supposed to be here, so I'm gonna have to do some body work and actually straighten some of that. The door is like kind of a big mess. And I didn't tell you yet, my own screw up so far, I had the car all of about 3 days, and I had the door panel off on the inside working on it, and I found that the back bolt was missing on the glass. I found the bolt was actually in the door, just not in where the window was. So I put it in, tightened it up, and then I was working with the window, going to adjust it, loosened the bolt a little bit, adjusted, went to tighten it, and it wasn't aligned right, and I broke this glass. So this glass, I bought a broken door that had this glass in it. So this glass I've already replaced. And right here on the door panel, this is split. Right there. You can see how much this door is all misaligned. And then this is all hack jobbed up. And what you kind of can't see is the runs. So supposedly this was a paint and body shop that had this, but boy, the guy loved to just run the clear, because I got runs on lots of stuff. So it's all kind of mangled here. One of the really fun ones that I'm gonna have to fix that I found is this door is actually cracked right here. So and what I'm probably gonna end up doing, because this door shell is a brand new door shell, is about 5,000 bucks. I got this hinge is kind of tweaked. I found when I was messing with this, if it needs 2 bolts, just get 1 in. Missing bolts. This piece is all bent up. I'm just gonna get another one of these. They're about 150 bucks. Interior is like okay. The one spot that I've got on the seats is I do have a pretty decent stain here. I did get some cleaner, and it's actually the tan finishes off. So I'm gonna work on probably trying to re-dye this. I'm gonna take it to an upholstery place and see what they can do for me. One of the big things that I was pretty bummed about that I did not know anything about was the airbags. So this airbag is gone. Both of the knee, left and right knee airbags are gone. So you're not supposed to be able to just pull this panel off. At first I didn't notice it, because they actually got a leather that matched pretty good. But look at, that is a blown airbag that they cut. No more airbag there. And then where it had gone out, they basically glued this back together and then rewrapped this with leather. This piece right here is also missing. We have this front bucket. It is broken to hell. Broken here, broken there. Just kind of glued all the pieces back together. So I'm not using this one. I think a new one was about 1,000 bucks. More of our panel issues. So you can see how huge this gap is. This is a hugely different color, black, than these. One of the few things that I'm not gonna have to redo, which I was excited about, is the hood. The hood's actually great. It's the original hood. It actually still had the PPF on it. I pulled the PPF off and just did a quick buff on it to see if it was gonna clean up nice, and it looks like perfect. It's got one little dent that we'll be able to get a dentless guy in to take care of. This shock, I went to use the lift system on the nose and it went up very slow, but it did go up. I had a massive puddle of oil under this side. I'm gonna have to get rebuilt. I found a company that will rebuild the shock for about $1,000. This bottom pan here, so this is some sort of material that is not Mclaren. So there is a whole composite underbelly pan that goes under this whole front section. It's about $1,500 new that they did not put back in. They did put a different bumper on it. You can see by the chips that are already in it that it was orange. So of course we will be repainting the whole front bumper. I've got the big gaps on this other door as well. So the whole front end, basically, I need to get the whole front end shifted back probably the better part of a ½ inch. We talked about our tires, so Mucho Machos. I found those on eBay. They're $94 a piece. Pretty awesome. Our passenger side, it's actually pretty decent. This still has all the PPF on it, so I know it's original, and the body panel's actually aligned good. The door opens and closes great. This one piece of trim is jacked, so over here, this is about all I'm gonna have to replace, and of course, aligning this. All right, so one of the cool things that is not busted, it's got this cool titanium exhaust. So it's the 3.5 inch unobtainium straight pipes. I was excited for that it had that, because I did want to kind of keep this a little bit less crazy and a little less modified. I mean, we got that Lambo that's just ridiculous, and this I want to keep a little, you know, more chill. This, we just got a marker here, which I've actually already got the marker to put in. And then this rear diffuser, it actually looks pretty good from here, so this will probably be one of the things that I replace last. But the underside of it is broken up pretty good. Probably when it was at the auction and they were moving it around and not being careful with it. This is it. This is our hot mess. If it wasn't a McLaren where parts were so dang expensive, it would be, you know, much more of a piece of cake. But I'm now learning how to be a Lambo mechanic, and now a McLaren one as well. So that's all I got for you. I'm out. We'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.